The climate pattern known as El Nino is projected to hit California this winter.
Ashton Smith is in Studio B with CSUN professor who's an expert on El Nino.
Thank you. I'm here today with Dr. Emily Orm, Professor of Geography here at CSUN. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so can you explain to our viewers what El Nino is?
Yes, El Nino is an event or a series of events which develop in the western Pacific Ocean, in which there is a large pool of very warm water which migrates eastwards across the Pacific Ocean around the equatorial area. It's a series of events which happen roughly every 6 to 8 years, and as the pool of warm water migrates towards the eastern Pacific areas, for example off of Peru, we find that a couple of things happen. First of all, the warm water displaces the normally cool water off of the Peruvian coast. Secondly, the trade winds, which are normally very strong, blowing across the Pacific from east to west, begin to weaken. And thirdly, we have increased convective activity around the equatorial area, again migrating eastwards towards the west coast of South America and Central and North America.
Okay. So what are the pros and cons of El Nino then?
Well, it's not so much that we have pros and cons of El Nino. What El Nino brings us is a displacement of this normally cool water in the eastern Pacific. So on the one hand, we see mass migrations of marine life. For example, for here in California, what we're finding is that there are more tropical species which are in our waters. And our waters right now are anywhere from 2 to 3 degrees Celsius warmer than what they normally would be. So it's not a matter of a pro or a con. The other part of El Nino is that potentially we could have above average rainfall in this region. But we need a certain set of circumstances to actually help develop these storm systems.
Okay. So with the rainfall and all, is El Nino going to be good for the drought in California?
Well, first of all, we have to accept that even though we're having an El Nino, we may or may not get that influx of water. It's really critical that we also have a drop in the jet stream, which will help to bring the low pressure systems from the area of the Aleutians farther southwards to California, and then get that great mix of warm water and move it on shore. We need a lot of rain, though, to make up for the drought. And just to give you an idea, right now, for the central and southern Sierra Nevada, which really holds our snowpack, we would need at least 273% of rainfall to actually start to make up this deficit.
Okay. I know there are people that are worried about El Nino. Is there anything that people can do to prepare for it?
Oh, absolutely. We can prepare for El Nino, and let's prepare for the type of situation where we could have above average rainfall, and that means flooding. So it means on the one hand that you have all of your drains cleared of debris in your homes. You have a supply of food and water in case there are areas that are flooded and you can't get to the markets. And you always have an emergency backup plan where you can find your relatives and your friends in an area that is not being affected by flooding.
Okay, well that's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for being here with us.